Good evening, Paul's audience. This is Isabel, and welcome to Paul's 7th annual Best Games of the Year list. I'll be your host for this evening, and please wrap it up. But I just got here. Probably to make room for his non-existent ads and sponsors, I bet.
I thank you, Isabel, for keeping it brief, although her 21-second speech was longer than the amount of time that was spent polishing Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Everyone knows I'm the greatest, Ashley.
Sonic X, Shadow Generations. Your Honor, I present to the court 3 games featuring a horned demon lawyer with the cords of steel. Take that! Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy. Please welcome onto the stage, literally, a girl who is no longer a damsel in distress and is now gaming's greatest cosplayer, Princess Peach Showtime.
It's time.
When Nintendo released Super Mario Party in 2018, a lot of people were really disappointed by it, even though it was supposedly a return to form. So Nintendo's solution to fix it was an entirely new game called Mario Party Superstars, which was nothing but a collection of boards and mini-games from past games. And fans loved it, but they thought that there wasn't enough content, so they kept begging and pleading and salivating. I wish I was exaggerating, but you should see the comments I've heard saying, "Please give us DLC, please, we've been good this Christmas."
Max Caulfield finally returns in a time-traveling adventure of epic proportions in... What's going on? Oh no! I must have shifted into another timeline where I'm not a professional editor, and I'm no longer Paul's quality assurance assistant. Well, the show must go on. Life is strange, double exposure, I guess.
If I'm not getting enough flack for my placement of Princess Peach Showtime, surely the Life is Strange community is going to be calling for my cancellation by this point.
Maybe this fairy dust will help me get back to my old professional timeline. That, considering what I'm about to do on stage, would you still consider me a professional? All right, here goes. Have you ever imagined the CDI Zelda games being good? Now you can see for yourself in Arzette, the Jewel of Faramore. You don't want to see? But I insist! Introducing Pokemon, but with good graphics and actually fun? Paw World! Now hold up. I just got an anonymous tip backstage that said that this whole thing is a gag. It's not even called Paw World, it's called Pal World. It's not even on the Switch, and he hasn't played it. Why did I even get dressed up? For sponsorships? For views? Unfollow him and cancel him on Twitter. This whole thing is a sham. I'll get my revenge.
It's official. We live in the coolest timeline ever. We exist in a year where a parody of a Zelda game was better than an actual Zelda game itself. We had movie DLC be in a game, and now we have one of the most revered Mario games ever remade, and actually being remade even better than I think a lot of us expected.
Leave us alone! Can't 2 academics and a world-famous hero wander the sewers of a port town in peace? It is so sweet that you boys think I'm cute. But if you can't treat us with respect, get out of our way!
So first off, Mario. I really want to know what tech school he attended because based upon his skill set, it looks like he took classes like, I don't know, Parkour 101, 8 battling, and the do's and don'ts of when the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles attack. In fact, it looks like the only thing his education did not teach him was plumbing. Because Paul told me that he doesn't actually plumb in the games. To me, calling Mario a plumber seems about like calling someone a vegetarian who never eats veggies. Speaking of Mario, what about Peach, also up on her parkour? But is it really a wise thing to do to send out your current ruler as your primary fighter into battle? Imagine this. Peaches just went out to fight for a... Madame Grape, that was gnarly. Does anyone here know who's next in line for rulership? Because looks like Peach is going to be out of commission for a while. I think the Mushroom Kingdom is in the South, guys. But I digress. What is it with princesses who can fight? Like Arzette, though my beef with this game is that fairy that Paul had me play. I don't know what is in that fairy dust that she's huffing, but some strong stuff.
I insist.
I have a conspiracy theory about Ace Attorney. I suspect that our government paid the game developers very handsomely to make the game so grossly exaggerated that it restores people's faith in the law system just by default. Or maybe I'm just thinking about the impact that it had on me. And then we have another code, recollection. Is helping a spirit get its memories back really a good idea? I mean, what if it recalls that it used to be a serial killer and it decides to take up the hobby again? Problematic. And finally, we have Endless Ocean Luminous. Guys, there is an AI guiding your little scuba diver avatar. No way. I will not put my faith or the faith of my avatar in any tech that cannot generate the image of a human frickin' hand in semi-correct proportions. You want to know what scares me? As of right now, this list isn't even complete yet. The year's not over. Paul is still trying games. I don't know what he's going to ask me to dress up as next. Why can't he at least pick better games than these? Oh, like, say one about a serial killer who mainly targets children and then he hides his victims' bodies in the animatronics at his pizzeria. Then he creates more animatronics so that he can kill more children even whenever he's not present. But then the ghosts of his other victims come back and make sure that he dies. However, despite their best efforts to kill him, he continues to come back and live forever in various animatronic forms. A game that actually is realistic. Good evening, Paul's audience. This is Isabel, and welcome to Paul's 7th annual Best Games of the Year list. I'll be your host for this evening, and please wrap it up. But I just got here.
Ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Probably to make room for his non-existent ads and sponsors, I bet.
Isabel? Hey, is everything okay?
Not after the way you treated me on the last Best Games video. And don't even get me started on that alternative timeline you made me do.
Let's get into the best games of 2025. But before we dive right in, let's get onto the rules that Paul has set up for the games. 1. He has to have beaten the game. 2. It has to be on the Switch or Switch 2. And 3.
Alright, well, in that case, here are the best of the best games of 2025, featuring Isabel, now my newly instated refriend, or refriended person.
Let's go with that.
I want to give a shout out to Ty the One Up Guy for being the only person in my audience to guess what games were going to be in this video after I made a community post asking for predictions. And he pretty much completely nailed it. He said, number 10, Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, and numbers 9 through 1, Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. Congratulations, Tyler! Now you guys don't need to watch the rest of the video. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD for the Switch. Isabel, that's the Wii version. Let's get the actual footage that I need. Ah, thank you, Isabel. Much better. Unfortunately, the only things that you can do in free roam mode are pick up some food, which you can also find in the main mode that gives you a chance to get a different costume for the characters, or you can find Peach medallions, which do nothing except give you stickers, but there's also question mark panels, which do nothing except give you stickers. But, there's missions all over the place where you can do stuff like collecting blue coins and driving through rings. And to be fair, some of these are a lot of fun, but you want to know what the reward is for beating them? Don't make me repeat myself.
I hate that guy and his worldwide fame and his stupid games, and I hate that hedgehog!
Isabel, I think you got my instructions a little bit mixed up. I said that this is the best games of 2025, not the worst ones. Let's roll the real clip that I was supposed to show. And I know what you're thinking. Super Mario Galaxy 2? That's the game that was notorious for Shigeru Miyamoto saying before development even started, "Don't you guys put a story in this game. This game needs to get straight to the point. It's all about the fun factor. It's all about the gameplay." You can press the Y button to do a spin, which was also in Super Mario 3D All-Stars. You can use your thumb to gather and fire star bits, which was also in 3D All-Stars. You can listen to the soundtrack. Why are you making me repeat myself? Donkey! Whoa, ew, Isabel, get that off the screen. We don't talk about that. Moving on, technical difficulties. Let's get to the real good stuff. Now, Nintendo could have just taken what Donkey Kong 64 did and refined the experience, but that game already happened this year, and it's called Yooka-Replaylee. It kind of feels like Donkey Kong and Pauline's friendship is kind of a bit of an exaggerated parody of how Isabel and I get along.
And of course, the best Nintendo Switch 2 game of 2025 is Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2. The lore is also, crazy complicated, and somewhat ambiguous.
Hold it! What the heck do you think you're doing? This is my list.
Yeah, but I work for you. I'm your quality assurance assistant.
Let's retake that.
goodness.
What the heck do you think you're doing? For one, this is my list. And for two, Help Wanted 2 came out on the Switch in 2024. You yourself, being the host, said that you only allowed games that were released in 2025. So what are you thinking there?
Because the physical version came out in 2025.
Oh, so we're getting it on a technicality, huh? Let's roll the real game of the year.
This strange world, it's so vast and deep. All these things, wild and new to see. On my own, far from home, I was scared alone. When your beat showed the way to me. We're breaking through, down to the core. No stopping us, not anymore. Inside the storm, I found the key. Your beat rang out, my voice has been released. Hear it call, it's whispering true. This melody in harmony will strike a chord.
it all seems so dark and bleak, when the hole looks so cold and deep. I hold tight, leave it all, just let go and fall. Let your peace light the way for me. We're breaking through, down to the core. No stopping us, not anymore. Inside the cage, in the beast, your beat rang out. My voice has been released. Hear it call. It's shouting the truth. Just sing with me. This melody will strike the chord that's gonna break us free. Look at us, so big and small, two together through it all. Heart of gold, a wish come true. You and me, unbreakable.